Alright, this is lesson 8-2. We're going to be writing two-step equations. So the last lesson was just simply writing our one-step equations, and so we're going to take it a level further. We're going to start off with the launch problem. Try your hardest, don't spend too much time on this, but I would like you to get the best answer that you can possibly get before moving on to the example problems.
The shaky mini cheese bagel baker can't figure out how to calculate the price of each bagel for bagels 1 to 12. Write an equation the bagel maker could use to calculate the cost of each of the first 12 bagels. Explain your reasoning.
In order to solve this problem, what you could do is write an equation that would represent the situation. So they did 12 times B plus your 13 cents equals $5.53. They then went about solving that equation, and you can pause the video and read the rest of the solution before moving on. Okay, here's the example problem for part 1.
The length of an average toucan is about 2/3 the length of an average blue and yellow macaw. Toucans are about 24 inches long. Write an equation to represent this situation.
So first we want to take the words that we see in our word problem and then change it to an equation. So that's what this little graphic organizer is wanting us to do over here. So we have the length of the toucan is about. So we know that it is about, so it's going to be equals, or is, about 2/3 of the length of an average blue and yellow macaw. I'll just write BY macaw. It then says toucans are about 24 inches long. Write an equation to represent the situation. So the length of our toucan is 24 inches, and that's going to equal 2/3 of, remember when we were working with percentages, we learned that the word of is going to be multiplication, and then it says of the blue and yellow macaw. So in this situation we can write B because we need a variable. This problem does not ask us to solve for our variable. All that it says is to write an equation to represent the situation. So this right here is our equation, and we are done with this problem. Here's our first got it problem.
A zookeeper takes care of 5 mountain lions. The keeper orders 32 5/10 pounds of meat for them each day. Each mountain lion receives the same amount. What equation can you use to find how much meat each mountain lion eats in a day?
The correct answer is B. 32 5/10 equals 5M. And here is the example of how we got that problem. So pounds of meat bought per day equals the number of mountain lions times the pounds of meat eaten per day. Then you just plug in the numbers for each part of the equation. Moving on to part 2.
A two-step equation is an equation that has 2 operations. Many real-world problems need more than one operation to describe the situation. Consider the photographer's situation. A photography student wants to buy a digital camera that costs $269.95. She plans to make a down payment of $100 and pay the remainder in 5 equal monthly payments. Write an equation to represent this situation. Start by thinking about the information you are given and what you need to find. You know that the cost of the camera is $269.95. The amount of the down payment is $100. The number of monthly payments is 5. Now you're ready to turn the words into an equation. First, the words. The cost equals the down payment plus the number of payments times the amount of each payment. Let P represent the unknown quantity, the amount of each payment. Use the information that you were given to write the equation. The equation 269 and 9500ths equals 100 plus 5 times P represents this situation.
Here's the example problem for part 2.
An orange grower ships oranges in boxes that weigh 10 kilograms each. Each orange weighs 2/10 of a kilogram. The total weight of a box filled with oranges is 50 kilograms. Write an equation that you could use to find the number of oranges packed in each box.
So what I know from this equation is that the total weight is going to be 50 kilograms. So you have your total weight, and that's going to equal some equation. Your total weight is 50 kilograms. I know that the boxes weigh 10 kilograms each, and we're trying to find the number of oranges in each box. So I know that I'm only dealing with one box. So we could say the weight of box and my weight of box is 10 kilograms. So in my equation, it's going to equal 10. It says each orange weighs 2/10 of a kilogram. To get my total amount, which is 50 kilograms, I'm going to be combining the weight of the oranges and the weight of the boxes. So since I'm combining those two weights for my total, I know that I'm going to be using an addition sign, because my weight of box plus my weight of my oranges is going to equal the total amount. Next comes my weight of oranges. Weight of oranges. So I'm adding my 0.2. And what I'm trying to find is how many oranges are going to be in the box. So I don't know that number, so I can use that knowledge to figure out that that's going to be the variable in my problem. Whenever I have the weight per orange and I'm trying to figure out how many oranges that is, when you combine that, it's always a multiplication problem. It's just like if I was buying tickets to something. If I bought one ticket, it would be 1 times the number that's the price of the ticket. If I bought 10 tickets, I could easily find it by taking 10 times the number that was the price of the ticket. So when I'm dealing with weight of oranges, it's the same concept. The weight of each orange, which I'm not going to put a 0, I'm going to put an F for fruit. So the weight of each orange is going to be multiplied by the number of oranges that you have. So down here, I could either write times F, or I could just write F, because 0.2F means 0.2 times F. So I just did these two together at the same time. You could have done just words first and then the equation, but I was just doing both along the way. If what I was saying was confusing to you, maybe reading this solution would be helpful. So you can pause the video. This is exactly what I just explained. Here's our part 2 got it problem.
You have a 125-pound calf that you are raising for a 4-H project. You expect the calf to gain 65 pounds per month. Write an equation to find how many months it will take for the calf to weigh 1,000 pounds.
The correct answer is B, 1,000 times your 65 pounds per month, so times X, plus the 125 pounds that the calf already was. Here's the solution. If you would like to see it visually, you can pause the video so that you can read through it. Part 3, we're going to be doing some dragging. I'll have you answer the questions in Edpuzzle first, and then I will drag the correct answer. So first is 7 more than twice a number is 17. 7 more than twice a number is 17. 7 more than twice a number would be this one. The next one is B. The product of 2 and a number increased by 17 is 7. The product of 2 and a number increased by 17 is 7. Here's the correct answer. So we'll move on to C. The difference between twice a number and 7 is 17. The difference between twice a number and 7 is 17. The correct answer is 2x minus 7 equals 17, which means the last one, 17 less than twice a number is 7, is this one right here. Here's our last got it problem.
Write an equation to represent the following description. 8 less than 10 times a number is 36.
The correct answer is B. 10n minus 8 is 36, equals 36. Here's the solution if you would like to pause the video and read through it. That was the very last question of this lesson. Make sure that you are prepared to ask any questions in class when we're together. I would love to explain anything that you're still having troubles with, and then we'll work on the homework in class.